be taking you through today, quite simply, what we're doing, kind of like the behind the scenes, really, of what we're doing across a number of different campaigns, a number of different industries. So you can get some insight and understand what's going on with this platform, I guess. I think lots of people are a little bit frustrated by it. I think people have seen engagement drop quite considerably over the last 6 to 12 months or so. I kind of want to give you a little bit of an update as to why that is. I've done a lot of research into it. And I'm also going to be doing some training in and around content creation, direct messaging, and then how you do it in I guess, a systemized way, so you get your time back as well. Because I think lots of people are really busy, and especially over summer, there's huge amounts of opportunity over the next few months that we definitely need to capitalize on. But at the same time, you need to be doing the right things in the right order. And I think a lot of the time, people are spending effort, money, all of these things, and they're not connected together and they're not in the right order, and therefore it's a bit of wasted effort, really. So with it, what I want you to make sure that you realize is that there's nothing you can't ask me. So there is a Q&A section inside of Zoom that you should all be able to see. If you could just give me a thumbs up if you can see the Q&A section in Zoom, fingers crossed you can. Or there's the chat box there as well that you can use. But we've got a small group today, so I'm going to have the time to be able to answer all your questions, go into as much detail as I possibly can do with you. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my PowerPoint here. I'm going to open that up. Now, what I want to check is, let me pull the chat box open. Can you just give me a yes in the chat? Can you all see the presentation all okay? Otherwise, we're going to have some fun. Fingers crossed you can. Perfect. So for me, when it comes to LinkedIn, speed is probably the reason why so many fail. And what I mean by that is that when it comes to winning on this platform, the order in which you do things, the time that you spend in certain areas is the thing that makes the biggest difference. All right. And so everything that I teach, everything that I break down in the next 30 days, you will see results if you implement it. Like point blank. There's nothing that goes against it. I've got hundreds of people that I work with at the moment that are implementing these campaigns. A few of you are here. I can see some of the names. And so with it, if there's anything that you're unsure of, please make sure you take the time to ask me. Purely because what I've put together for you, and this presentation, this slide is in every single one of my workshops, purely because it enables me to get a bit of a feeling to make sure that I'm on the right lines with the information that I'm teaching you right now. But I speak to lots of people. I've just got back off a holiday. And even on holiday, I did a week's worth of mentoring prior to it. And I did and had a lot of conversations with people around their social media strategy. We were in Croatia and we're sitting around the table. There's 14 different businesses there, and all of them were coming up with the same reasons as to why they believe they're struggling. And when I had a look at their social media profiles, I looked at their LinkedIn, I looked at their YouTube, I looked at their Instagram, all the different places where they appear online. There are some real reasons that really hold people back. And I want to make sure that I cover these off in detail for you and also give you a point or a place where maybe you can do some reflection to work out what it is for you as well. Okay. So the first reason that so many people are struggling right now, and this is very much platform specific at the moment with LinkedIn, is that engagement is down and you can't get your content seen or you can't get your messages responded to from the right people. So you will have a certain demographic in mind, an ideal client, an avatar, whatever it is that you want to call it. And unfortunately, maybe it's because of your content, maybe it's because of your approach, whatever it is that you're doing, everything is kind of going down and going in the wrong direction. And there are some big changes that have happened on the platform that I'm going to make you aware of today, which are going to help switch that around. But currently, one of the reasons why so many are struggling is because they don't understand what those things are. So I'm going to take you through them. Number two is that your social media strategy is kind of guesswork. This isn't meant to make anyone feel bad about it. It's just what I see. This is just what I'm kind of like observing. Lots of people's social media strategies, especially on LinkedIn, is kind of throwing spaghetti on the wall, see what sticks. And if a post gets a load of impressions, more than everything else, you go, well, I need to create more of that. Or if you get someone that inquires from you, you look at it and go, well, how have they inquired? And then you'll do more of that. So it's a lot of guesswork. And therefore, what it means is that you're wasting lots of time. And so, what lots of people are finding is that because the platform has changed, they're seeing less and less opportunity and kind of wondering whether it's actually worth doing anymore. So, that's number two. Number three comes to actually your free and your paid offers. So, because of the changes in the market, because there is so much competition out there, because social media is becoming harder on the face value of everything, people no longer want what it is that you're putting out there in the way that you're framing it. And what I mean by that is that like if you're selling, I don't know, recruitment services or coaching services or IT services, the way that you're packaging up what it is that you do, unfortunately, is not as good as what other people are currently doing. And therefore, you're not able to get the attention or get the interest in the right way. And what that means is that you're not getting your offers, free and paid offers, out there enough. And so, what we need to make sure that we do is change the way that you're approaching social media. So, you're giving people the opportunity to see your offers every single day. So, number three, the reason why people are struggling, quite simply because they're not making enough of the right offers each month. Number four and five are linked. Number four is that your social media approach lacks a process that's connected together. So you lack a predictable and sustainable process that leads somebody to go through and buy something or book a call in with you. The process is I've got a LinkedIn account and I got a book a call link, and that's kind of it. And there's a whole thing in the middle that you need to build to be able to connect and take a stranger to becoming a customer. And then number five is that, again, a lot of people's strategies are kind of being active and then waiting for opportunity to come to them. So you're hoping that people are going to reach out to you. Now, what I would love to know is just so I can get a little bit of context on you guys, if you were going to pick a number there, one, two, three, four, or five, which one most resonates with you? I'm covering all of them today, so it's not a problem. But I'm curious to know because it will kind of enable me, because it's a smaller group, to tailor it to you so I can spend more times in certain areas. If I can get like there's 40 of you online right now. If I could get 20 of you to pop your number in at least, I can then know where to spend the most time and energy. So we've got a few threes that are coming in. Nice. We've got a couple of fives there. So the strategy piece, that's fine. Good. Three and four. Carol's a one. Lade's a four. Ulf's a four. Okay, cool. So there's a big variety there, which is good. But it seems to be that five and four tend to be the most common. That's fine. Not a problem at all. So today, the way that I've broken it up is into the three sections that I love talking about, and they kind of filter in all of my workshops that I deliver in some way, shape, or form. And we've got clarity, we've got creation, and we've got campaign. Now, for those of you that have been to any of my workshops before, you'll probably vouch for me that I don't talk very much about myself. And actually, if you are here for the first time today, could you pop the number one in the chat? If you've been to one of our workshops before, could you pop the number two in the chat for me, please, so I can see? Cool. So Neil's here for the first time. Okay, cool. So there's a number of you that are here. For those of you that have been before, I hope you'll agree that I don't spend very much time talking about me in these sessions. This is kind of as much as we go into it. But I want to take kind of like a minute just to set the scene and give you some of the context. So we at the Social Selling Company, our business is the Social Selling Company. We have been using LinkedIn, but also every other social media platform for just over or just under, 10 years. And I use it for two things: brand awareness and lead generation. I don't just use it for my social selling company. I also have a property business. I had a property business as my first ever company. The reason I got into helping people with their social media is because I built a brand for myself about 8 years ago in the property industry, of which we went from no houses, no nothing, to 80 odd Airbnb and serviced accommodation units across the country in just over 2 years. And with it, people are asking me, how did I build trust online in the way that I did? How can I get strangers to actually believe in what I'm trying to do here? How do I build an audience? How do I convert an audience without meeting them? All of these things I was asked. And so I ended up at the beginning teaching people for free. I then went on this journey of self-education, like quite a few of us probably have. I spent tens of thousands of pounds on courses and masterminds. And I realized that actually this information mentoring mastermind type space is just a money pit. I don't know if anyone else relates to it, but like I just found it a bit of a money pit where I was spending more and more and more, and I wasn't really learning anything new. It was just regurgitated information, and it just got a little bit frustrating. And so I saw a bit of a gap with my business partner Nick to create something where we help people for 50 quid a month. So we actually provide education to the value of tens of thousands of pounds, but because we're both financially sorted, I'll talk to you a little bit about Nick later on. We wanted to build something which gave small businesses a chance to actually win online. So that's kind of what we do. We are investor backed. Nick is our investor, and we've raised a few £1 million for this business now. And our mission is to bring as many people as possible on a journey to disrupt this marketing and sales education space. I don't want people to have to spend thousands of pounds learning stuff that they don't need to spend thousands of pounds on. So everything that I do loads of it for free. I do all of the rest of it for low cost. And for me, everything that I'm trying to do is to try and make as much noise to wake people up to the fact that we are here, because so many people say to me, I wish we'd found you sooner. And I'm still not going to rest until that never gets said ever again. And so we've trained over 2,000 plus people. And with it, there's zero risk in ever working with us. If you ever do want to work with us, you just, I'll talk to you a little bit about it at the end. But there's no risk. There's no contracts. You get one-to-one access to me and my business partner, Nick. We review everything, and it's for £50 plus VAT per month, and you can cancel whenever you want. So people use and abuse us as much as they want to. As long as you leave us a good review afterwards, I'm more than happy with it. So that's as much as we do. If you are ever interested in working with us, just put info in the chat, and I'll happily send you over some information around how that works, if you are ever keen on learning a bit more about it. We do a lot of in-person stuff as well, as you can see here. And one of the things that I'm really, really big on is building my network. So networking is how I built my first company to begin with. I went to networking event after networking event after networking event. And I realized that actually by using social media, I can compound that activity. And so what I do, and what I want you all to do for me, is to actually come and connect with me. And if you do, I will give you a number of things as a thank you for connecting with me. I'll give you 100 content ideas. I will also give you a complete guide to social selling, and I'll make sure you get the recording of this session as well if you come and connect with me on LinkedIn. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop the link in the chat. If you come and connect and just let me know, just put the word workshop when you connect with me. Or if we're already connected, just drop me a message with the word workshop. If you go to that link there in the chat, or if you scan that QR code there, that will take you to my LinkedIn profile. And with it, I will then send you 100 content ideas, the complete guide to social selling, and also the recording of the session as well. So for me, all about building the network. I want to follow your journey, and I also want you to follow mine. Like, I want it to be reciprocal. I want to meet people. That's how we grow online. It's human to human. And for me, that's going to be one of the biggest themes throughout today's session, is the fact that we're doing this in a humanized way. Okay. So send me the message through, and I will make sure that you get all of the promises that I've just made there. Now, with this workshop specifically, there is a reason why I've decided to run it. Firstly, it's because I still don't quite think people realize the opportunity that LinkedIn gives us. And I want to remind everybody why I use it every single day. And I use every social media platform, just apart from TikTok. I use every social media platform. But LinkedIn for me gets a lot of my time, my marketing time, because it is a sales focused platform for us. It's a revenue generating platform more than any other, because of the mindset of the users. So people are in a business mindset. And Pamela said you didn't get anything back last time. Did you send me a message, Pamela? Because if you did, you should have got it. But if you didn't, I do apologize. I will make sure you get it this time, if you didn't get anything. But I do make sure I go through it as much as I possibly can, like when I get my LinkedIn requests through. So please, just drop me through the word workshop again. I'll make sure you get it. But with this, because I'm speaking to so many people, I am getting so much feedback from people as to actually how disappointed they are with the platform. And so I was like, do you know what? I'm going to make sure that I go out there and remind people about what they need to be doing on this platform. And something that I realized at the beginning of this year, and it has changed everything for me with the way that I do it, is that this platform has got busier and there's more content than I've ever seen on it. but the quality of that content has dropped. Now, can anyone think, just pop in the chat box for me, or maybe just think to yourself, totally up to you, but what's something that's come into like social media content creation onto LinkedIn that's really made it? People are already doing it. AI, 100%. David Griffiths is bang on the money there. Loran is bang on the money. AI all the time. It's had a huge impact on the platform. We're all frustrated by it. Slop is what Peter's just put there. It is. It's absolute rubbish. And what it means is that the content that we're putting out there, the news feed, it's got more competitive. However, we also now have LinkedIn video. Has anyone noticed this on their app recently? I don't know. Give me a yes in the chat if you've seen that they now have a video feed on LinkedIn now, just like Instagram do, just like TikTok do, just like Facebook do. Not everybody has it yet. It is coming. However, even if you don't have it, other people do. And because other people do, video is becoming more of a forefront on this LinkedIn platform. And the impressions won't be as high to begin with, but the quality of the impression is better. And here's the best thing about it is that AI can't compete with video in the same way that we can as creators. People reading AI video scripts, they're standing out more than ever before, and it's failing. It's falling flat on its face. But learning how to create proper talking head videos and how to talk to a camera, something that I'm going to talk to you about a little bit more when we get into the content section of today. But I want to bring video up to the forefront of everyone's minds, because when it comes to social media, you may not like this, right? And I may scare every single one of you away, but video is the answer to signing new business on social media. Now, is anybody here? And I'm going to ask a different question. If you enjoy creating video and you don't mind talking to a camera, pop the number 1 in the chat. If you're someone that's like, feels a bit about it, don't really like it, pop the number 2 in the chat, just so I can kind of see the split. Yeah, okay. So there's a lot of people that are 2s. Now, I found with video, it's a confidence thing. It's knowing what to say, how to say it, and then doing it frequently enough so it becomes less awkward. I'm going to be giving you some tips throughout all of this of how I go about creating my video that's made a big difference for me. But with it, you don't need to be amazing at editing, and everybody starts somewhere with it. So again, what I need you to realize is that when it comes to building relationships online, video is like steroids, really, because if you remove the video from this, even if I turn the camera off, just like temporarily, and I'm just talking to you, does this feel different to anyone now my video's off? Like now you can just hear me, but you can't see me anymore. Like it disrupts it. It's less impactful, 100%. But if I turn it back on, here I am again. Suddenly you can see me. We've got the movement. It's more engaging. And that's like just one example of why video makes a big difference, right? It's the way that you engage the end user, okay? So what I'm going to be sharing with you today is just simply 2 things. Number 1 is where people are going wrong. And number 2 is what they're missing. And it starts with clarity, right? And so clarity is another word for strategy more than anything. And to be able to get your LinkedIn profiles working, remembering that this isn't just a marketing and sales workshop. Inside of our membership, I talk about marketing and sales in every single shape or form, but I'm talking to you just about LinkedIn today. It starts with your profile. And so many people's profiles don't tick enough of the right boxes for you to actually be found. So behind the scenes on LinkedIn, I don't talk about the social selling index very much because it's a bit of a vanity metric. But if you're ever interested, you can go and actually have a look at how LinkedIn scores you. I think it's linkedin.com/sales/SSI. You need to make sure that you're logged in. Maybe copy that link for afterwards. It will be in one of the follow-up emails that I send as well. But one of the things that I do make sure that I do is I just check in to make sure that I've got these 4 boxes ticked. I want to be as close to 20 as I possibly can in each of those areas. And this top one here is your profile. And the higher that number is, the only thing that matters, right, is the higher that number is in establish your professional brand, the more likely you are to appear in search results, the more higher likely you are for your content to rank in a newsfeed. Because LinkedIn, quite simply, is scoring you because it wants its top performing users to actually have the biggest amount of potential. This isn't my quote. This is what LinkedIn talk about when you Google SSI and go to linkedin.com and where they explain it. So this is actually how they categorize and measure performance. It doesn't mean you're going to get more business, but it is a starting point. And so when it comes to your profile, I'm going to be showing you the things that you need to be looking at. But for me, when I connect all of that activity to lead generation, which is where most people come to me, they need more business. The profile acts as the beginning of a campaign. And a campaign is a customer journey. It's a journey from turning a stranger to a customer. And what we've got to make sure that we do is we have the right call to actions in the right place at the right time. And so, as an example, I have one call to action across my profile. Okay, I've got 30,000 followers ish here, 29,000 ish, whatever. And what I'm looking to do, you can see that my banner is driving people. I need to update the screenshot really, but my banner is driving people to my workshops because I find my workshops to be really, really powerful on LinkedIn. You can see here, click visit my website to register. So you can see here, visit my website. That is optimized. It sends people to our sales funnel, our landing page, for people to put their email address in and register for things. I then also have my contact info. That's optimized in the right way. My header, you can see here, like free LinkedIn algorithm workshop on the 26th of June. Now it says the 13th of July, if you go and look at my profile. I'm always optimizing to drive people to where I add the most value and to the next stage in my funnel. Before I move on, does that make sense for everybody? Yes, just before I do. Really, really simple stuff, but getting the profile just in the right place, the call to actions in the right place at the right time. The amazing thing is, and this will be interesting for you all, if you sign up and work with us today, I actually write your profile for you. It's me, like personally, write it for you. It's included in it because it's one of the things I love to do because it allows me to get to know your business more, but it also means that you're more likely to get a result. Just something there from it. But for me, there's no point asking someone. So many people have this like book a call in with me, or they have a PDF in there. But there's no point asking someone to book a call in on your profile when they have no idea who you are. You may get one call booking in every 2,000 profile views. But for me, I get around about 30 to 40 registrations from 2,000 profile views. Is it going to change my life? No, but it's better than nothing, right? There's no point asking someone to download a PDF that they don't actually want. So many people have a lead magnet, something that they give away for free. But if no one's downloading it, either you're not telling anybody about it or it's not good enough and we need to improve it. All of these things are really important to realize because people are just losing out on so much opportunity because they're just not setting up their profiles in the right way. The about section doesn't clearly communicate who on earth you are, right? For me, I've got my story in here. I've got the services that I do in here. I have a compelling reason to reach out to me. My featured section, it's optimized with workshops, with lead magnets that people want, with my newsletter that I publish. These are all really simple things, but each and every one of you on here will have a different approach that's required because your business is just slightly different. Okay. And so with your profile, we need to get that optimized with the right boxes ticked. So your score is above 20. That's when I write profiles, my aim is get it above 20. And that's how I then score a success metric. Like I get it over 20 on your SSI, tick the right boxes. Once you've got your profile sorted, we then move into building the audience with engagers and buyers. They're different things normally. So the people that are going to engage with your content are going to be different from the people that buy from you. This platform, right, has been built for us to network. But the problem is that people don't treat it as a networking platform, right? So people are using it to sell, for selfish reasons only. But actually, when you come at this from a human to human mindset, like just going out there and starting the conversation the right way, that's another step. I'm going to be going through that in a second. But you can then start to build relationships in the way that's actually going to benefit your business. What I do love about LinkedIn in its most basic capacity is that you're able to search and find people unlike any other platform. And when you press that connect button, it's mutual connection. So like on Instagram, as an example, you can go and follow someone, but it doesn't mean that they're going to follow you back. It definitely doesn't mean they're going to see your content. And it definitely means you can't message them. But on LinkedIn, if someone accepts your connection request, you'll see each other's content, you'll be able to message each other. And LinkedIn, for a short time, will encourage you to see more of each other, to see actually if there's any interest there. And so the first time that you connect with somebody is actually the most important time to be active. Everyone understand that? Give me a yes in the chat if you're all clear on that. The first time that you connect with somebody is one of the most important times to be active, because that's where you can earn the right to keep reappearing in their newsfeed. LinkedIn gives us direct access to these profiles. We're encouraged to connect with each other, and we can do it between 100 and 150 times a week. So you can go and press that connect button with all of the filters ticked at the top here, like I have, 100 to 150 times per week, depending on your profile's activity level. And so with it, you should be expecting to grow by about 50 to 100 people every single week without fail. And all of that can be done on the free version of LinkedIn. But most people don't, and they leave opportunity on the table as a result of it. And what I want to do today is teach you like how to do this properly, right? Because when you do, just some proof for you, like when you do, these are just a couple of the results. Even if you're just starting out with a beginning account, you go from 95, right, to 211. And that's just in a few days. Nancy went 1,400 to 2,030 in less than a month of working with us. We teach network building in a lot of detail. I can't teach you it all in this, but I can give you like the real core things around the filters and the activity levels with it. And I'll go into that in a bit more detail shortly. The biggest thing, and is it the biggest? Yeah, it's the biggest thing where most people really fall a little bit flat on their face is how they present what it is that they're selling online. The offers, I cannot bring it to the top of your priority list fast enough, because the way in which we sell things, the way in which we present what we're giving for free and what we're doing when people pay us is actually the biggest difference maker between a stranger buying and not buying. Lots of people are actually putting out there into the marketplace versions of their product and service that their target market just don't understand. And what we've got to realize with LinkedIn is that it is a tactical platform, right? Instagram, networking, referrals, LinkedIn, they're all tactical platforms. They're all platforms that we can use to go out there and generate business. Every single one of them works. They're all just slightly different, and the mindset of the user is different. So Instagram is typically a boredom platform. People are endlessly scrolling all the time, looking to try and distract themselves. With LinkedIn, it's a bit different. People are in a bit more of a selfish, business generating, job seeking type mindset. And so it's all about what's in it for me. That's the mindset. And so with it, you can't ask for anything. You've got to give as much as you possibly can to earn the right to be able to actually have a conversation with somebody. And people aren't willing to earn the right, and therefore they unfortunately miss out on the opportunity as a result of it. Like for me, this is a great example. For years, I used to run in-person workshops. We've just started doing them again, actually, for our community. But for years, I was selling a 2-day course that people just didn't want. And it's amazing when I switched it to like online delivery, and when I switched it to being drip fed over a number of days, I went from a 2-day Instagram course. I broke up all the content, switched it to a 30-day, 1,000 followers in 30 days challenge, which people still take part in today. And with it, the results were, rather than making $2,000 and struggling to make $2,000 selling a 2-day course, just switching it to an outcome focused, drip fed £300 product. And we had an incredible April back in 2020. It was like my top performing month. But that was where I realized the importance of your offer and actually how you package up what you do. And it's one of the things that I spend lots of time on when I first start working with someone is, okay, how are we going to frame your free offers and how are we going to frame your paid offers? And we need a conversation with that, because if I can get my eyes on it, I can give you the ideas of the ways to reframe it. And that's what I use our live training sessions for. So every Monday at 12 p.m., Thursday at 2 p.m., I go live and I go through and do like clinics and give people advice on their offers and the way that they do things. But we've got to get your offer right. It's really, really important. Once we've got that confirmed, like what you're going to sell, how you're going to sell it, getting your profile sorted, we can then move into more of the creative space, right? This is step by step, right? So step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. We move through all of this together. So the first thing that we've got to realize with step 4 is how LinkedIn is actually operating. And the way that I actually like to talk about this as an example is almost like imagining Oxford Street. So this is a busy day in Oxford Street on this image here. And you can see walking down Oxford Street are tens of thousands of people. That is how I see the LinkedIn newsfeed. Okay, so everybody is walking up and down. You may have a few charity workers on here. You may have a few big issue sellers on here. And what they're doing is they're going up to you, disrupting you whilst you're walking and going, hey, do you want to buy my thing? I really want it. Or they're a charity worker and they go, do you have 5 minutes? Can I have 5 minutes of your time? And the majority of people walk past them and ignore them. They may get one or two that say they're going to work with them or say they're going to do it, but then they'll cancel their direct debit immediately afterwards. We've all been there. We've all done it, right? But the biggest thing is where people are on the LinkedIn newsfeed doing that. We've all probably seen one or two people do that in the past. On Oxford Street, what are the businesses that are actually winning? It's these shops, isn't it? The shops and the restaurants on the outside. Right. And so what we have got to do to be able to win on LinkedIn is do the exact same thing. We don't want to be walking the street like everybody else. We want to be creating the shop fronts that people see and walk into. And this is where so many people go wrong. They either stand in the street hoping that somebody talks to them, or they create a shop that's got nothing in it. There's no value there. There's no substance at all. Or they create a shop that people simply aren't interested in. And so we've got to make sure that we reframe it. And the moment I realized this, it was the moment that suddenly everything online clicked. But you've got to put in the work here. And we have a course inside of our £50 a month subscription called Clarity. And Clarity is a course which basically takes you through this so you can work out what you need to call your shop, so to speak, what needs to go in it. How much do you give? How much do you hold back? Because when you do that, you then invite people in. They're then in that shop and like, oh my God, this actually is really, really good. And then from there, they will buy something from that shop. So my question to you, right, to you all, who here believes they've got a little bit of work to do around their shop, right? How they present themselves, what it is that they're giving away, how they're then actually inviting people in. Yeah, there's lots of us. Even I, still to this day, have still got more work to do on my shop. But that for me is, at least you know now, at least you're aware of it. And for me, whether I'm doing workshops, that's one of my shops. I can give PDFs away. I can do like audits and free value calls for people. It is amazing when you start creating it in this way. Right, Agar did this, right? We got her funnel sorted, right? Her funnel was her shop. And with it, signed up 2 clients within a week. Just because suddenly, rather than just sitting there and waiting, we put these things in place and started to actually let people know that we were here to help them. And it's amazing when you follow, like, it's a step-by-step formula, what we deliver. It's just following it step by step. And with it, you then create the right shop with the right audience in the right place at the right time. And that's how it works. That's why campaigns are so important. You can't just post something and hope for the best anymore, right? I've helped thousands of people do this now. We've got to work out why your customers buy things in your industry. We need to work out what it is that they want. I want you to write this down, by the way. Like, why do they buy? How do they buy? What is it that they want? And then I want to compare that against what it is that you're currently doing to understand what changes that we need to make. Because a lot of the time, LinkedIn's an easy platform to use, but unless you've got all the infrastructure set up, which literally in 3 days you can get this done, it doesn't take very long. It's a few hours work. And especially with AI now, that can speed up the creation as long as we know what to feed it and what to put into it. And that's what we've been creating for so many people now, is giving them like the right structures, the right worksheets to be able to work through to help them get the right information in place. Because our job, once we've got all of those things in place, is to then keep them in our shops for as long as possible. We want them to know what it is that we sell. We want to make offers to anyone that looks like the right person. We want to do it over and over and over again, creating these assets so they almost act as like the own staff inside of the shop doing all the talking for us. Because like these two assets for us here, I've been putting these out there for years now. They've been downloaded like over 20,000 times now. That's 20,000 email addresses that I've been able to collect for free because they are the shop front that everybody wants to know in the social media space. We just need to work out what yours are. And when you do, you have them and you use them to your advantage. So here, I send a message to somebody. She then has a look at my profile and it's like, oh, this social selling academy, this membership that you've got, what is it? How does it work? I'm trying to work out if it's right for me. Rather than just convincing, I go, well, here's a video. Here's a video that explains it. And once you've watched the video, how about we have a conversation and we can see whether it is the right fit for you? You can see this is all in the same day within a few hours. I'm using the assets. I'm getting it into the shop. I'm then adding value, showcasing what it is that she needs to know. And then bang, 3 hours later, I loved the video. I signed up, had a few issues with the payment page, but I'm excited to get started. Selling becomes easy when you see it as, you know what, I'm trying to actually help someone realize that I can help them. That's how I make selling easy for myself. I'm like, I know that what I've got is good. I know the way that I present it is useful and I can deliver the outcome that I'm selling. Right. So I need people to realize, and as long as they see the value exchange where, like for me, it's 50 quid, is a £50 punt worth implementing this information? I look at it and I'm like, yes, it's the biggest no-brainer in the world. Some people waste that on coffee. I'm actually giving them a way to be able to get a 20 times return in month one. Like I believe that to my core. And what we need for you to do is to have that in your core in the exact same way. And this is what a campaign for us looks like. We've got connection, which is building the audience. We've got control, which is then nurturing the audience. And we've then got conversion, which is then giving people the opportunity to buy. That is what we are doing here. That is the way that this stuff works. And the campaign is what we're now going to dive slightly deeper into, because that connection element is how we're going to build that audience up. Content creation, I know, is what the majority of people, if you want. And yes, before I will, I can't do it now, but if you're interested in work, just pop the word join in the chat, right? I'll get it to you afterwards, okay? Just pop the word join in the chat. I can't give you the links now. It will take me too long. Just pop the word join in the chat and I'll send it through to you. Not a problem. With step 5, we've got around content creation. So content plays such a big part in this process, but so many people, unfortunately, overcomplicate it. Every person that we work with, and this is what I want you to do, whether you decide to work with us or not, is you've got to set your target to reach 1 million people in 365 days. Everybody can do this, right? Everyone can do it. We can see here different examples of people that have done this. This is just a couple of the selections that I picked from last year. What we need to do is actually just make content creation simple for you. So reaching 1 million people in 365 days is quite simply 3,300 people, 3,333-ish people a day. You can do that with the right content, but you need to know what you're going to post, right? I know people struggle with content ideas, so we're going to work through that. We need a plan that we can stick to, and then we need to make content creation easy. So you can see here, like when I literally, this was last week I put this out there, the engagement, not humongous, like 49, 10 comments there, 8,800 impressions, nothing massive, but enough for like a throwaway, right? It was just part of my plan. I did 32 lessons from 32 years on this planet. And then I had a bit of a joke and a call to action at the bottom of it, which was about actually the benefit of being able to travel and grow a business, right? That was just one example. I then spoke about BS advice I see on social media. That was 6 days ago. 18,000 impressions of that one got. And again, you can see not huge engagement, but people are spending the time and they're interested in it. You then got this one. I don't understand why so many people get offended by LinkedIn messages. That reached 110,000 people. That was a week and a half ago. So you can see here different types. But the biggest thing with this is that I'm making sure that every day I'm sharing something. And the reason why I'm able to share something every day is because I use AI for this. We train it. But the way that I'm using AI is AI to actually learn what it is that I want to talk about, but then give me the ideas so then I can then create my own viewpoint on those ideas. So I have one prompt, which is basically summarized. I can't give you it in full. It's quite long, but I'll give you like a summary. It's like, in my industry, you know everything about me. give me the 100 top most controversial topics or most opinionated based topics in this space that I can actually go and talk about. It then gives me all the list. It's all, you've got to make sure that it's got stuff around it, but that then gives me a list of things that I can then talk about. It's not just me. Pete's done this, and he's done this talking about manufacturing. So you can see we bring Pete to the front of his profile in the exact same way that I brought myself to the front of this profile. Pete then does the videos in the same way. Video is a big thing. We need to get video content into your strategy. You may not want to hear it, but I'm going to be talking to you about how we can do it together in a second. But people seem to step away from content creation because they either don't have enough time, they don't know what is it for you, by the way? Is it that you don't create as much because you don't have the time? Is it not knowing what to post? Is it because it's just not been a priority for you? Like, if it's down to time, just put time. If it's knowing what to post, just put ideas. If it's because it's not a priority, just put priority down. Like, it's totally fine either way. I'm just curious to kind of know. So ideas, time and ideas. Yeah, like, so with it, for me, I like to give everybody the chance to be able to understand the things that they need to post. It's about making it easy for you, right? The reason why we see so many wins is because we teach you what to say, how to say it, and we do it over and over and over again as a group, all together. And from that, we just become impossible to ignore. Pete did a $313,000 order when he started to do this the right way, right? With Odile, did a one-to-one client literally within weeks of joining. She hadn't even done her webinar. She was going to do a webinar campaign. She hadn't even done a webinar campaign. Just the content changes made the difference. And Debbie did a 12-month contract from one of the back of her LinkedIn posts. Matt Fletcher, this is just proof to show you how much this works, by the way. We've got to simplify it. This is what we've done for all of these people. Simplify it, a clear plan, clear structures of what to say and how to say it. And with it, you can see here, yep, we've seen this customer found me on LinkedIn, 3-year contract worth 1.2 million. A huge, incredible result for somebody there. But that's just from getting their face out there. This person wasn't even doing the outbound approach. Matt wasn't even doing direct messages. He was just doing content creation. For me, it's about getting my face out there, doing it every single day, but making it easy. It not taking hours of time, all right? Not taking hours of time. Yes, I will. I can put it in here now because I've got someone, my team has just sent me the link through. So if you are interested, that's the link to be able to join us. So you've got it in the chat box there. I know you need to go. That's fine. The link's there for you. Just click it and you can go through it. You'll find out about the bonuses in the second of what I'm giving today. But this platform, you don't even need a big audience. Like 880 followers my wife had. She was able to reach 133,000 people. And with it, because the profile was optimized, I just watched a short video. I'm intrigued to know more. I have considerable experience with dogs and considering investment opportunities. Our property business was dog-focused holiday lets. So you can see the relevance. It was all connected together. So what we've got to do, we've got to connect it all together. Philippa, because of time, I'm not going to spend too much time on this one today. But from 7,000 to 7,600 followers, 32 messages of people wanting to work with her. Like, if this isn't evidence of it, I can't find even. I've got so much of it. These are the ones that I think are the most relatable that I could choose. They're not the biggest; they're just the most relatable. Philippa, actually, because she thought there was more to it, Philippa was paying us £50 a month. She still does now, and because of the £50 a month value, she was like, well, if I pay someone more, surely they can add more value. So she went away and she actually spent thousands of pounds elsewhere. I find all the gurus so confusing and honestly regret listening and wasting thousands on the advice. One is out there charging 6K for 6 months and it's just access to customer GPTs. Like, with it, don't get me started with the gurus. Absolutely keep out the most honest I've come across, and I've been around many. That is what we're trying to do. We're helping people realize that just because it's 50 quid doesn't mean that you're not getting more value than what you would pay thousands of pounds for. I just don't want to charge thousands of pounds for this stuff because I just don't feel right doing it. That's the reason why we're doing this. And one of the things that we are doing, actually, which is going to be really cool, and we're doing a challenge in August. And this is, it's an application fee, it's 150 quid, but we're going to do 100 in 100. So like, it's 100 videos in 100 days using our structures, our training advice. You get access to our content library. It's every single day, a couple of minutes. We're going to do a video every single day. You can decide if you want to post it or not. Our system tracks everything for us. But with it, we're going to really maximize and practice video content. I'm going to be doing it with you. My business partner is going to be doing it with you. If you're interested in the 100 in 100 challenge, again, I'm not talking about it today. I'm just mentioning it briefly because I said to my team that I would. Just pop 100 in the chat and you'll receive more information on the 100 in 100 challenge if you're ever interested in it. Just pop 100 in the chat and I'll make sure that you get the info on that as well. So to move on from content, we now have starting new relationships. So DMs, I'm not going to go into too much detail with today purely because of time. But to be able to get results from direct messaging, you've got two types of direct messages. Okay. Number one is volume. So this is where you add value, you value drop, workshops, PDFs, doing the storefront, creating the shop and going out there and just leaflet dropping to get people into your shop. We then have consultative. So that's where you have more one-to-one conversations with people. I do both on my account and I teach them in lots of detail. The reason why people don't send direct messages is typically because they don't know what to say or they actually don't want to come across as salesy. Direct messaging is a way to build a network, to build relationships, to add value to people. And when you do that, we generate around about 10 customers a week from direct messaging. But I do video messaging. So this is one of my old sales ladies, and she was sending video direct messages to people, something that people aren't aware of, not really sure of. But when you get confident on video, when you do that 100 in 100 challenge, you get confident in video, and then you start communicating on video in an incredible way. That person there from that one example ended up spending on our agency. So we had an agency service then, and he spent around about £6,000 helping us build his LinkedIn profile out. That was Galay Guy. If you go check him out, does incredibly well on LinkedIn as a result. We changed Piers' life. His words, not mine. Honestly, you'll never fully appreciate how much you have changed my life for the positive. I literally see new bookings in my diary every day. That is by having value-based direct messaging. All down to strategy, Lauren. Yeah, 100%, Lauren. All down to strategy. It's just people are so robotic. They're always looking about what can we get from our direct messages. For me, it's not about what I can get. It's how can I leave an impression? How can I make an impression on someone to really showcase to them how good I am at what I do? And with it, like for me, when you understand how you get people to respond to you, that's where it starts to turn into sales. Like for me, it's about taking the initiative. It's about learning the basics. And for me, as long as you can give me an hour a week, if you can find a way to put £50 plus VAT just for 1 month to experience this, I will wake you up to the reality of actually how simple this stuff is, because it's just about being a bit more proactive with the way that we work on things. And there's 4 campaigns that you can choose that we teach in detail. We have our conversation campaigns, we have our audit and demo campaigns, we have webinars and workshops or video campaigns, and we have scorecard campaigns. Again, you don't need to know the ins and outs of them, but every single business that I've ever worked with fits into one of those 4 categories. I've never had something that doesn't. Whether you want more conversations, workshops like I'm running now, there is a way for this to be able to work for your business. And what makes us different is that the thing that we do is give you the feedback. And this is where, again, so many people fall short and they think that actually they could just go out there and give it a go. I watch everything. I review everything. I look at every little bit of detail that you're doing purely because if I don't do that, there's going to be gaps and opportunity that is leaked. So Alison went through this process with us. You can see the feedback that I gave her here off the back of a video that she did. And then literally about 4 days later, 2 new clients off the back of that video. It's a milestone as these are the first clients I've had that have not been known or referred to me. This is about selling to strangers, being able to re-engage a referral network and learning the psychology that sits behind social media purchasing, right? For me, it is so important to get the fundamental things in place to give you the opportunity. And it's not a one-off. It happens all the time. I'm not going to read them out to you because it's going to be painful if I do that. But people have built £100,000 businesses in less than 12 months with us. And people have signed their first ever client with us. People have gone on to do over £1 million with us. People have worked with us for 1 year. People have worked with us for 10 years. Like I've had a customer that's been with us here for just over 6 years. And to this day is still working with us. We've had someone actually start and exit a business as well. So we scaled it so it did the marketing without them. And he was able to sell in December for a handsome figure. And the biggest reality checks with all of this is the fact that you don't need a huge audience. You don't need to post daily. It doesn't take that long. And I always get you to imagine, even just by this Friday, right? You'll have connected with 30 new people, started 8 new conversations. You'll know exactly what to post and who to message. And you're just going to follow what it is that I do. I do this every single day. And all I want everyone else to do is shout about it every single day. Because we have, or we believe we have, created one of the best, most simple processes in the world for generating business online, because it's just human to human. We've done this for so long now, and I want to invite you actually to come and do this with us. And so with it, the process that I'm going to ask you to implement will take about a month to build. We'll have the basis of it so you can begin doing the work in 7 days. After a month, you will have ran the campaign. And then every month after that, we will work together. And so in the next 30 days, we will have reviewed and we'll recreate your whole sales and marketing strategy. If it needs doing, we will recreate it. We will have optimized your profile. So we would have built out the PDFs and the videos that you need so you can start grabbing the attention. You're going to do this with me. We're going to decide on the right campaign for your business. So you're all in different positions, right? There's no one size fits all approach. We're going to decide on the right campaign for you. We're then going to start building your audience. We're going to aim to hit 100 new connections every single week. We're then going to run the campaign so that we've got targets every 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, and 28 days. So you've got the new opportunities coming through. And you are, again, just going to be following what it is that I do every day, utilizing our social selling framework on the right-hand side there. We're going to take you through that step by step. Now, inside of this, we take you through weekly step-by-step plans. So it's step by step. That's why it's so effective. We break it down. We then give you the live support. So this is live training, not just coaching, live training every Monday at 12 p.m., Thursday at 2 p.m., where I deliver the training for you, give you the latest updates on social media, marketing, sales, all of the conversations that I have with the platforms, giving you all the latest insight. We then give you feedback on all of the words and then give you all of the templates that I have built to actually speed this whole process up for you. So from content creation prompts to ChatGPT prompts, to funnel building prompts, to email marketing, all of it, I'm going to give you just access to our vault so you can just drag and drop them into your business. I take you through all of that. And also, I'm going to breeze through this slide here. I'm also, today, you will also get, if you decide to join us today, you are going to get a strategy call, an onboarding call with me or Nick. One of us runs it and we take you through so you get 100% onboarded, knowing what you need to do and how you need to do it. I will also write and optimize your LinkedIn profile. If you decide to join us now, I will write and optimize your LinkedIn profile for you. And you will also get access. You won't have to pay 150 quid for the 100 in 100 challenge. If you join us, it starts on the 3rd of August. If as long as you are an active member, there's only going to be 150 people taking part in that challenge. But as long as you are an active member, you will be able to join and participate in that 100 in 100 challenge. And so to be able to do it, this is the link that you need to click. It's socialselling.co.uk/join. The QR code will do it for you. It literally takes 2 minutes to do this. And then once you've done it, you'll then be taken to the platform and then your onboarding begins right at that moment. So from there, you'll be able to join me on the Q&A at 12 p.m. if you wanted to. We're talking about selling to corporate companies at 12 p.m. as an example. But with it, I have tried to pack in and make this just an opportunity for each and every one of you. There's 40 of you online right now. As long as you can commit, and it's not too much of a stretch to pay £50 plus VAT, a month's experience of this, so I can actually show you how much we know about getting results on this platform, plus also other social media platforms if you want them. We specialize in this. We've done it for a number of years. Most people go out of business in 2 years in this game. We've been doing it for nearly a decade for a reason, because we've got that many results inside of our community winning that shout about us. These workshops are an example for me to go out there and talk about it in even more detail. So if you come and do it now, get on board, you'll get your profile written for you, you'll get your strategy call with me, and you'll also get a ticket to be able to join us on that 100 and 100 challenge as well. And so, as I mentioned, there's no contract to it. Cancelling, if you ever don't want to be in it anymore, it's 4 buttons. I don't take it personally. People do come in here, rinse it, and then leave. totally fine with me as long as you give me a good review. That's all I ask for. As long as you enjoy it and you use it and you get all I ask for is that you leave us some kind words to say that actually, do you know what, it was worth the 50 quid. We don't have anybody that's ever been unhappy with our £50 a month opportunity because the value that we're given is ridiculous. We're also in the future, literally in the next couple of weeks, for £50, you'll get access to our email marketing systems, CRM, all of that. So people are paying a few £100s a month for this technology. We're actually launching it. It's cost us a couple of million quid to develop it, but we're launching software to give people all the tools in one as well. So yeah, I'm very, very excited about it. I hope you found that useful, by the way, as well. I'm going to be going through the Q&A section in a second, and I'll be taking you through. So Peter has said, what is an evergreen webinar? Is it the same as a just-in-time? Yes, it is, Peter. So I use them a lot. I use evergreen webinars a lot with what we do. I absolutely love them. To update LinkedIn versus Ditto website, ever done do both yesterday? Does the chicken or the egg get done first? For me, I would go LinkedIn first because I mean I lasted for years without a website. But on our platform, we'll be able to build out your website with you as well. That's going to be included in this. So you'll be able to build it in our system in about 2 weeks' time as well. So LinkedIn first, then we can do your website. Someone said the free version only allows 50 connection invites now, doesn't it? It does, but there are other ways to connect as well as. So I use LinkedIn events, I use groups, I use comment sections. There's lots of different detailed ways about building your network, which is why I mentioned that we have that as part of it. Like there's a deep dive in network building, and it covers all the different ways in which you do it using a free LinkedIn account. Okay. Just going to check to see if there's any more questions. No worries at all, not a problem. Yeah, so one of the things I can't promise with the way that we do these bonuses, there's enough space for you all right now, but we do it for about 20 people. So because it's profile writing, it's the main one. It takes me time to do the profile writing. So I do it for 20 per workshop that I run. I haven't mentioned that in this session because there was only 40 of you online, so I don't expect every spot to go. But if you go and do it now, at least you secure those bonuses. So you'll get the 100 in 100, you'll get the profile, you get the strategy session. For me, it takes 2 minutes to do it. So yeah, if you do it now, it's done then. And then I can begin your onboarding then right away. Is it right approach to share my YouTube channel on LinkedIn? Yes, I would. I mean, I wouldn't do it right away. I'd actually just get your YouTube channel launched and then let the algorithm learn more about who it wants to show it to. The problem is if you post it on LinkedIn, like maybe your friends or maybe your ex-colleagues will go and look at it, and then YouTube will think, oh, we need to show it to more of those people. And actually, they're only watching it because they're supporting you, not because they're interested in the content. So a lot of the time, I don't recommend shouting about it right away. Give the platform time to learn about the content. You'll get low views to begin with, but that's fine. And then after about a month of doing it, then start publicly sharing it. That way you're giving it time to learn who to share your content with. Okay. That's the sort of stuff that we go into a lot of detail with inside the community, obviously. Do you help with creating advertising LinkedIn pages? Yeah, 100%. We cover that inside. So if you ask that inside of the community, we cover that in a lot of detail. Yes, of course we do. Not a problem at all. So yeah, that is it, guys. I mean, 11:58. I'm bang on time. If you do have any questions at all, please do let me know. Obviously, if you've connected with me on LinkedIn, I'll be sending you those things. I will make sure that I get them over to you. Ricky, great to have you with us. Amazing. Good to have you with us. For those of you that have decided to join us, I'll be in touch within probably the next hour to make sure that you've got all the details that you need. There is a welcome video for you to watch. Please make sure that you watch it. There's onboarding steps for you to complete, so please make sure that you watch it. I will answer any questions that you've got on my LinkedIn account. Just pop them through to me. Have an amazing day, evening, whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you all soon. Thank you very much. Goodbye.